is up, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today I'll be doing the long-awaited part 4 to What If Asta Had Soul Leveling. Right now, you guys, I'm a little bit TO'd because this is my second time recording this. And it turns out my mic was off the entire first recording. Meaning, I wasted 9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 minutes sitting down for nothing. I'm really mad. But I'm just gonna go over everything I did originally and hope it's just fine. Wish me luck, guys. But anyway, enough of me being ticked off. I know you guys want this video for a while. I'm happy to bring it to you. I haven't been really feeling this video as of late, but I'll let you guys decide if this video will stay on my channel with the like goal I'm going to give, because you guys have to hit that like goal or I'm going to really shelf this What If for a while. Not cancel or anything like that, but really wait a long time before the next part. So, anyway, let's get into What If Asta Had Soul Leveling. And again, announcements will be done at the end of the video. So, now let's get it. What If Asta Had Soul Leveling Part 4. We pick things up with Asta talking to Yami about his training trip, and Yami accepting Asta's, decision to go train for a while. So, yeah. Afterwards, Vanessa and Finral will appear through a portal, and everyone will begin to talk, as Vanessa would then notice Nero sitting on Asta's head. She would then say how cute the bird is, and everyone would, begin to talk. Yami would then show that because of Asta, Magna, and Noel's great job on their mission, that they had received a star. With Asta saying, "Oh, that's cool. I've heard about this." With Magna saying, "Yep, that means we have one less negative star." With Yami then putting the star up and revealing that the Black Bulls have negative stars. With Asta saying, "How can you get negative stars?" With Yami saying, "We just have a few more to go, kid." With Asta saying, "Oh my god, what type of squad is this?" With Asta then saying, "Oh yeah, a crazy one." As Asta would then be walking around, the rest of the Black Bulls would then enter, with all of them beginning to talk for a minute, and all that stuff. As Asta would then go to Yami, asking if there's anywhere for him to pick up equipment, with Yami then saying, "Yeah, you can go to the Clover Kingdom, they might have what you want." With Vanessa then coming over and saying, "Yep, I know the perfect place for you guys." With Asta saying, "Oh, thanks, Vanessa." With her saying, "No problem." With them all just deciding to go at, tomorrow. As Magna would then say, "Yo, Asta, is there room for one more on that training journey of yours?" With Asta then saying, "I don't think so, Magna." With Magna then saying, "You don't think I'm tough enough?" With Asta saying, "I know you're tough, but on my training journeys, I've almost died a few times." With Magna saying, "Oh, the training's that intense?" With Asta saying, "Yeah, pretty much. And if you get caught up, I'm not sure I'll be able to protect you. So, I don't think you should come along." With Magna saying, "Okay, you know best, man." With Noel asking, "Is this training really gonna be that dangerous?" With Asta saying, "It might be, but I know I can handle it." With Vanessa saying, "So, where are you gonna go for this training?" With Asta saying, "That's a secret." With them wondering about what Asta's gonna be training, where Asta's gonna be training, and how he's gonna be training. As Asta, Vanessa, and Noel would then decide to go tomorrow, they will all hang out. Then Asta would go to bed, and the next day, Vanessa, Noel, and Asta would head out to Clover Kingdom to pick up supplies and help Noel. Find a way the bear can control her magic. That's the reason she tagged along anyway. As Vanessa would then take them to the black market, Asta would then say, This place might actually have what I need. As Asta would then go around searching for a bit, with Vanessa saying, "Don't get caught up, kid. This place is a bit dangerous." With Asta saying, "I can handle myself." With Vanessa saying, "Okay." With Asta then leaving Noelle and Vanessa, with them still finding the same wand they did in canon, to help Noelle better control her magic. As they would be, browsing for any more items, Asta would just be looking around, finding bits of pieces of, small food, cheap food, stuff like that. Stuff that he can eat as he's fighting. Possibly some new shoes or anything like that. Just the necessities for what he's going to be doing and how long it's possibly going to take. As Asta would be doing this, Seke would be passing by near him after he had got hustled out of all his money by that same old woman as in the original canon. Seke would be pretty bummed by this, but then he would notice Vanessa and Noelle, and he would go over and start to flirt with them for a bit. As Vanessa and Noelle would then say, "Beat it." As Seke would then say, "I'm a magic knight," and he would then notice the robes on both of the girls, with Seke being like, "They're members of the Black Bulls? That crazy squad?" As Seke would be getting a little bit afraid, but then he would think, how can a squad like that have women as beautiful as this? As Seke would begin to continue to flirt with them as they are getting invisibly annoyed, as Asta would then come up behind Seke and say, "Don't you see they don't want to be bothered?" With Seke saying, "And what does it matter to you?" With him turning around and seeing Asta and being terrified, with Seke saying, "You're the one from the entrance exam." With Asta saying, "Yes, and you know what will happen if you don't leave them alone." As Noelle would see this, she would be, blushing a little bit because the guy she likes is, getting this annoying guy who's trying to flirt with her away from her. And Vanessa would be thinking about how he's somewhat similar to Yami, the aura he gives off. And she would blush a little bit too, because they're filming the Asta. Yeah. But anyway, as Seki would then say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it." With Asta saying, "I remember you. You're that Kit Kat guy, right?" With Seki saying, my name's Seki. Nice to meet you." With Asta shaking Seke's hand saying, "Yeah. Just don't bother the girls. If they say they don't want to be bothered, leave them alone." With Asta's, aura dying down a bit, with Seke saying, "Okay, I'm sorry about that." As this would be going on, a robber would then rob the same old lady that just hustled Seke out of all his money. As the robber would be making his escape, the woman would be chasing after him, hoping for someone to help her. And we all know this is Julius, so yeah. As Seke would see this, he would see his chance to impress the girls, with him saying, "What's this?" With him then transforming, using his creation magic, creating, that gaudy motorcycle or whatever. God, that thing's terrible. As he would then say, "Watch this, ladies," with Asa sighing. He would then see the robber going, charging towards them. He would then say, "Noble Heart," charging at the robber. This is one of Asa's skills called Noble Heart. It boosts all Asa's stats up to double where they are. It's it only lasts 20 seconds though, and the cooldown for it would be at least 5 seconds. As Asta would see this, he would then charge at the robber, grabbing him by the head and slamming him into the ground, knocking him out, and grabbing the money and returning it to the woman. As both Vanessa and Noelle and Seke would be shocked, with Seke saying, "What's up with his magic?" With Vanessa and Noelle thinking, "I thought he had a type of sword magic that allowed him to use more than one element." With Vanessa saying, "That wasn't sword magic. What was that spell?" As Asta returned the money to the woman would be observing Asta's chest, with her then asking, What is that? With Asta then saying, oh, this is one of my spells. It's called Noble Heart. It just makes me really powerful. But it has a time limit. As the Wizard King would be completely geeking out about this, with him thinking, a spell that boosts the body to insane levels? Incredible! As the woman would then walk away thanking Asta, Asta would then rejoin his group, with them saying, I thought you had a type of sword magic, but you also have spells that boost your physicality? With Asta then saying, yeah, I have a few other spells other than that. With them wondering what are his other spells? With Seke thinking, man, I'm glad I didn't fight this guy. He could have killed me. As Asta and Noelle and Vanessa would then leave. With Seke just really being afraid of Asta now, knowing that he has more abilities other than just his swords. As Asta would, well, come back after the little shopping trip he went on with Vanessa and Noelle, getting the supplies he needed for his trip, he would then tell them and Captain Yami that he's going to be gone for a few days. Possibly, maybe shorter, maybe a day or two. With Yami saying, so you don't know? With Asta saying, I don't know how long I'm going to be there. As Yami would then say, there where? With Asta saying, again, I can't tell you guys that. With Yami saying, whatever kid. Just don't get yourself killed. With Asta saying, I'll try. With Noelle and Vanessa saying bye to Asta as he goes off to do his training. With Asta then telling Nero that she, or I think it's by this time they believe he's a boy, she's a boy, telling Nero to stay behind. That's what Asta would do, tell Nero to stay behind. He would then go off to the forest, running for a few miles away, then grabbing out the key that he got recently and using it on, like, let's say he finds like an abandoned wooden door out there in the forest. He would then twist the key in the doorknob and then enter into a type of castle. As Asta would be entering the castle, he would then see a bunch of knights and stuff start to circle around him. As he would then say, oh, this is gonna be fun. As he would then pull out his two swords. He would then notice a few mages behind him as well, with him saying, this is gonna be really fun. As he would begin to fight the knights with his two swords, dual wielding using the fire and water aspects of both of them to defeat the knights ever so easily. As Asta would finally reach the throne room, he would then see a red knight appear before him. As Asta would then say, oh, you seem strong. With Asta being really excited because he's done a lot. He's done a lot of stuff over this course, like armor, access to like more of the shop, a little bit more of the shop. He would then go to charge at the red knight. As he would charge, the red knight would then pull out his sword, breaking both Asta's water and fire swords, the sword of divine water and the sword of demonic fire. Those swords would have been broken. As Asta would be surprised by this, the knight would then kick Asta in the stomach, sending him flying back. As Asta would then catch himself, the knight would be right back on him. As Asta would then throw away both pieces of those swords and pulling out the sword of striking thunder. As the knight would then see that, he would then smash through that sword as well, shocking Asta even more. As Asta would think, this guy could break my swords like they're nothing. This is bad. As Asta would be getting bodied by him, like he would be beating the heck out of Asta. As Asta would finally get some breathing room, Asta would then yell out, Noble Heart, as his chest would spark with flames. As this would happen, he would then come charging at the Red Knight. But the Red Knight would still be bothering Asta a bit. Asta would be forced then to pull out his anti-magic sword, the Demon Slayer sword. As he would begin to fight with the Red Knight, the sword would actually be somewhat effective because of the Red Knight's connection to magic. But the Red Knight would still end up, well, bodying Asta and smacking the sword away, just completely beating into him. He would even put down his sword and decide to fight Asta head on, just utterly disrespecting him. He would then send Asta flying back, and he would keep just laying on the pressure, until he would send Asta parading into the chair, smashing there, sitting down in a pool of his own blood. Or dripping with blood, not a pool of his own blood. As the knight would approach Asta, Asta would be thinking about how he has to survive, how he has to win. He would then pull out his old sword. As the knight would come charging at Asta, using the momentum from the knight charging at him and jumping forward at simultaneously, would stab the sword into the red knight's head. As the red knight would be shocked by this, trying to pull the sword out, Asta would then come up behind him, grabbing him by the throat and ripping his head clean off. As the knight would then drop down to the floor, Asta would be breathing heavily, looking at the sword, saying, "Guess you saved me again." As he would then be laughing, as he would then throw the sword in the inventory, saying, "Maybe there'll be a way to fix you." As he would then toss the sword back. As Asta would see something pop up on the screen, he would see that he just leveled up twice, becoming level 52. And, out of the blue, he would get some warnings. Not warnings. He would get the job change quest. And as Asta would be looking on there shocked, all the same stuff that transpired with Sun Jung Woon, or whatever, however you pronounce it, would happen to Asta, with the knights surrounding him and him being backed into a corner. Even the anti-magic sword would be doing anything because he's just being completely overwhelmed. But as he's about to be killed, the system would then say he didn't do his daily quest, so he would be sent to the penalty zone. As Asta would be sent to the penalty zone, he would just be thankful that he's still alive. And he would begin to plan for what's going to happen once he's out of the penalty zone. As Asta would then go to the store, he would then see the most expensive sword there. And you all know, you guys are going to name this one. He would then see it there and decide to take this one out instead, noticing that it's perfect for cutting through those knights' armor. As Asta would take out the sword, a bunch of sandworms would then come and attack him, and Asta would then crack his neck, preparing to fight. Sometime later, Asta, after defeating the sandworms, would level up 3 more times, becoming level 55. As he's level 55, the timer for the penalty zone would run out, sending Asta back. But the moment Asta will get back, he will pull out his sword, taking down the knights, the mages, and the archers easily. So, yeah. As this would be done, he would say that he had finished his job, and he has been chosen as Necromancer, the same as Sun Jin-woo. Sun Jin-woo? I can't pronounce it right. He would then become a Necromancer, being promoted to Shadow Lord the moment he accepted the job. He would then go to the Knights, turning all of them into his Shadow Soldiers, then going to the Red Knight, turning him into one of his Shadow Soldiers as well, giving him the same name he had, Ingress. I think that's how you say it, Ingress. With Asta being shocked, but being happy that he has a new ability. As Asta would see his knight, he would then send him away, exiting out of the portal, or the door, where he entered originally. Ultimately, it's been like about a day or two. I'm gonna say the penalty zone was much longer for some reason, but a day or two. As Asta would step out the portal, or the door, he would then think to himself, I need to stop relying on the weapons and start to get my skills up. As Asta would then head back to the Black Bulls, with him coming in, with everyone looking at him saying, what happened to you? As Asta would then say, I got done with my training, with Mac saying, it's only been like 2 days, man, you worked fast. And Asta would then say, yep. As Magna would then say, you look different, a little bit taller. As Asta would then say, oh, I didn't notice. As Asta would then say, you guys want to see something I got over my training? With everyone wondering what Asta got. With Gordon saying, I hope you're okay, Asta. With Asta hearing this saying, I'm fine, Gordon. With Gordon saying, you can hear me. With Asta saying, of course I can hear you. As they would be shocked by this, looking at Gordon, with Gordon just being a little bit happy that he's being heard. As Asta would then say, so, you guys want to see the new ability I got, or the new spell? With them all saying, yeah. As he would then look at Charmy saying, did you just cook that boar? With Charmy saying, yep, I got it this morning. With Asta saying, good. As he would then go to the bones of the boar, he would then say, "Arise," with a giant shadow boar appearing before his eyes, with everyone looking at like, "What?" As Asta would then say, "It's my new spell, necromancy." With everyone saying, "So you can bring back the dead?" With Asta saying, "Yes and no. I take their shadows from them." With everyone wondering, what else can this kid do? With Luck saying, "Can I fight it?" With Asta saying, maybe when it's stronger. With Vanessa thinking, there's nothing this kid can't do. And with Noelle being visibly impressed and Charmy asking, "So can I eat it a second time?" With Asta saying, "I don't think so." With Magda saying, "That's pretty cool, kid." As Asta would then say, "Thanks you guys. I have a lot more abilities to work on." As they will be talking, Nero would then land back on Asta's head, with her being a bit surprised about what she just saw from Asta as well. As they will all be talking, Magda would then say, "First those swords, now you can like form your own like army and stuff." With Asta saying, "Pretty much. And the swords are kind of gone." With Magda saying, "What do you mean?" With Asta saying, "They were destroyed when I was training." As Magda would be like, "Those swords were destroyed?" With Asta saying, "Yeah, all 3 of them, except for my anti-magic sword. But I did get a new one." With Magda saying, "Oh, what's it called?" With Asta saying, "I haven't come up with a name yet. Maybe the subscribers will pick a good name." And if you want details about the sword, it's basically like just a really powerful sword, like extremely durable. It can't shoot fire or anything like that, but you can like, it like boosts his like overall physical abilities. So yeah. But anyway, Magna would still be shocked that his swords are broken, and Noelle will be shocked as well. As they will all just continue to talk about how his swords got broken, Yami and Finral will then appear, with Yami then mentioning how Asta, Luck, and Noelle will be going to clear a dungeon, and it's been specifically requested by the Wizard King. They would head out, with Finral opening a portal for them, and Asta would then still mention, "I wish Finral could teleport us there," with Luck saying, "Finral can only teleport places that he's been." With Asta saying, "That makes sense." With Noelle, well, just following along with them. As they would then enter the dungeon, they would be walking around, where Asta would then see a bunch of traps. Like, he would then wave his hand, using Dominator's touch. And yes, he has that. He's decided to use more of his skills. Like, I'm gonna go in with you guys. Asta, he's still like the same amount of intelligence. He has soaking some points into intelligence, but he's still Asta. He hasn't changed completely yet. Mind you, I said yet. But anyway, Asta would then use Dominator's touch to just like hit all the traps before they could be activated, or before Luck could push either one of them into them. As Luck would then say, "Oh, you're no fun," with Asta saying, "What do you mean?" With him saying, "Oh, no," as he would then cut himself off, he would then sense around, sensing the same person that he did in the original canon. As Luck would then say, "You guys will be on your own for a bit. I found someone strong." As Luck would then dash forward, leaving Asta and Noelle and Nero behind, to go fight the same person he did in the original canon, the Smoke Mage. As Asta would be left with Noelle, he would then say, "Man, that guy's crazy." As Noelle would then say, "Right?" As Asta and Noelle would then begin to explore the dungeon by themselves, this would then dawn on Noelle that she's alone with Asta. As they would begin to talk and have a pretty decent conversation, without her like holding her nobility over him, because right now Noelle respects Asta to a degree, like respects his strength and skill and power. As Asta would then say, "Hey, Noelle," as she would be visibly like she would be daydreaming about Asta, she would then say, yeah? As he would then say, do you sense that? As Noel would then say, sense what? As Asta would then point somewhere, they would then both walk towards it, with them being on their guard. As they would then walk across the bridge, they would see both Mimosa, and can't get his name, Specs. But anyway, as they would see each other, Asta would then say, hey with Yuno saying, hey Asta. With them meeting each other in the dungeon, as they would just both glare at one another. And that is it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more. And seriously, the like goal for this video will be, let's say, the like goal will be 220 likes for part 5 in the near future. Seriously, I don't know how I feel about this series yet. I'm not sure. Maybe I can comment some ideas on how I can progress the story. Different skills I can give Asta. Different weapons, because, well, I don't want him just using swords the entire time. Or different abilities to weapons. Stuff like that, you guys. But, anyway, I am still working on what if Deku had the Omnitrix. And, yeah, I have an idea for a 4K special. Like, it probably won't be as long as my what if Deku had the Omnitrix special, but it'll probably be good. And all that. Anything else I want to say? I might post another 2 videos in this week, like, probably on probably on Thursday and Friday. I have 2 things I've completed for that. Might give you guys like a 3 video week, so I can take a break for the weekend and just chill. But anyway, this has been King Majin telling you guys to like, comment, subscribe, seriously, and all that. And remember, give ideas for like abilities he can have, different swords, and all that. And remember, I have a Discord server and all that, so I might keep saying all that, but I have a Discord server where you guys can send me your art and stuff like that, or like if you guys have weapons for the series you guys want to see in here, just send them through the Discord. There will be a link to that at the description down below, and if you have watched this part, I thank you, because I know you guys just sometimes want to glance over these bits, but they're really important that you guys get them. But anyway, this has been King Majin saying, I'm sorry for rambling on, signing out. Peace.